bro. Like, oh my god.
All right. Welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If you're listening to this the day after Strickland Podcast Network, I'm Sam. I'm joined by Tyrese. Knicks lose 133 to 123 to the Celtics in, I would say, is a consolation game of this in-season tournament. The final score does not tell the full story of this game, sadly. But yeah, before we get into all that, the holiday season is often rolling in with the NFL in full stride and the NBA and NHL hitting mid-season form. BetOnline is your number one destination for all your sports wagering info. With up-to-the-minute sports wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions, BetOnline is the top spot for everything pro and amateur sports. And not just the big four, BetOnline has info available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time for almost any sport that's played. From MMA to international soccer, head to the BetOnline app today and remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right. Knicks have a lot of issues right now. I mean, giving up 130 points in back-to-back games is not ideal at all. Also, giving up, I would say, historic 3-point rates, and I don't know how much of it is out of the Knicks' control. I mean, they are overhelping a ton, I would say, especially in these Celtics games, it seems. And the Celtics have adjusted to whatever the Knicks have done, and the Knicks have just kind of stayed doing the same thing versus the Celtics in terms of defense. And it just ends up leading to the Celtics being I tweeted it. They were butt ass naked open on a whole bunch of threes, and they cashed almost every single one of them joints. Like, if you are a smart man, the next time the Knicks play the Celtics, you are going to bet every player's on the Celtics overs in threes, and that shit will hit. I guarantee you that. Cause like, bruh, only person I remember missing threes was Sam Hauser.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
was
the one
over
guy that's
five.
like supposed to kill us. But other than that, I felt like everyone else hit threes on their team. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, the Knicks, they have an issue here about with defense. I think this is something that we kind of foresaw before the season, at least, and it kind of surprised us when the Knicks were pretty good defensively, and like now it seems to be like crashing down. Granted, it's like the Bucks and the Celtics are like historically hot from three in these games, but like maybe it's something about the defensive scheme that allows for them to shoot such high percentage, as well as, you know, the Knicks not taking enough threes themselves to fire back. I will look at how many threes we took
We took
today.
37 and we hit 15.
So much better than the Bucks game, but still not enough when the Celtics are
They
19
took
for 47.
they took 47 compared to our 37.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, again, the offense ain't the problem. The offense was fine tonight. Like, 37 threes is not a horrible amount compared to the last game where I think they only took like something in the mid-20s. So, like, I guess there was an emphasis to take threes, and the call was answered. It just kind of sucks that Brunson goes 0 for 5. But, like, other than that, everybody else took and made their threes. It just came down to the defense again. And the last two games, the defense hasn't been where it needs to be. I'm not going to say the sky is falling yet. I think there's a comment here where it's like we lose to top teams, and like that wasn't the case last year. After the rotation change, we weren't losing to top teams. It's just okay. They lost to the two best teams in the East. Sucks, but like I'm not gonna panic, or I'm not gonna like. I don't know. It kind of just feels like the defense isn't where it needs to be, but also like I can't get too pressed about like a good defensive team having a couple defensive lapses because they're still a really good defensive team, and their offense is coming along as well. So
It doesn't feel like just defensive lapses in these games. Both these teams are getting a high amount of open threes, and they're hitting them at a great rate,
I mean,
which you can't.
that's
Yeah, but you can't always bank on. I mean, I know during that year that we had the insane shooting luck versus opponents, it was a similar conversation of hey, the Knicks are getting like super lucky. The teams are missing open
it's
threes.
been 3 out of 4 years, and the defense has been. I mean, very good defense year one, solid defense year two, bad defense year three, but still a good playoff defense, and then year four it's been a really good defense.
Yeah, it's just not something that I'm willing to bank on, especially come when it really matters. I mean, it's
I mean,
you see that you see versus the top teams, it's just something that's not gonna work because
but like again, even when it really matters, the defense has been really good. Like playoff basketball, the Knicks' problem isn't defense. We have 2 full seasons of proof to be like, yeah, the defense isn't the problem with the Knicks; it's their offense.
yeah, but while we have to get to that point, you know, you still want things to look a certain way getting to that
And
point.
and for the most part, they have. I think it's just like they've had two
Just
rough
not
games.
against the best teams.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are a matchup that really harms the Knicks because the Bucks have the size and the defensive capabilities as well as the Celtics. It's like the two top teams of the East are probably the two teams best equipped to deal with the Knicks and their scheme both offensively and defensively. So it's like a bad matchup. I think last year the Celtics didn't have the size that they have now, especially with Porzingis. Like Horford was starting for them, Robert Williams was their front court, and like Mitch Robinson was able to kind of like feast on that and destroy that. And now it's like they have Porzingis, and Porzingis is somebody who can match Mitch defensively and then like do stuff to him offensively that like no other center was able to really do. And same thing with Brook Lopez, defensively and offensively. So it kind of feels like those guys, especially in the regular season, become a lot more difficult matchups for us. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can call it a coaching loss. I just like I
There was
get it.
some decisions that I wasn't really a fan of, especially late down the stretch. Um, I mean, like the way these rotations work, like guys get super like lineups that he should probably play longer. He can't because they're going to be too gassed because of his stupid minutes distribution and the way he patterns his substitutions. Like there was a lineup. Ariel had tweeted it. It was the lineup that got us like really close in this game. Let me see if I can find it because I think retweeted it or I'd liked it. But he was mentioning that lineup of like Grimes, IQ. Here we go. He says, don't think it's a coincidence the Knicks' best defensive quarter came when they played IQ, Grimes, Hartenstein. For the bulk of it, those guys provide a bunch of ground coverage and did a good job of closing space. Um, I mean, Dibs went as long as he could with that lineup. They were probably going to get gassed really soon. I probably would have seen it just a little bit longer before starting to bring in the other guys who didn't really have it going all that much. I would say like Randall had a okay stretch at the end of the third quarter. RJ was pretty solid from start to finish. Brunson had his moments here and there, but like nothing really like that was like, saying, hey, bring like I'm banging on the table for these guys to be brought back in. Except for RJ. I think RJ was sat. I think he sat way too long. And stupid NBA app is minutes are not updated, of
I
course.
mean, I think like he sat too long because that lineup was doing so well. So it's
Yeah,
like
and that's part of the reason why Thibs's substitutions are so stupid because it doesn't allow for like all these like different staggerings of lineups and players and stuff like that. Like even during that while that lineup had it going, you could have switched out one or two of those guys here and there um for a couple minutes or so just to like see what you get, just like try something like. And like the whole like third quarter of like having these like terrible third quarters and like him taking forever to substitute somebody in it's annoying and it's ridiculous. Versus good teams or bad teams, like it's just annoying and it's just something that shouldn't happen. Like if you need a spark, get a spark in there quick. Like um
I mean, I think it comes down to like quickly needs to be playing more.
that's not gonna happen. Like we
And
saw,
like
he got 25. He got his standard 25 minutes tonight, but of course it's because he played super long stretches again, which is not sustainable. We will all continue to say that here on this stream. Um, yeah,
I don't. It's just I the quickly minutes thing is just going to be something that like unless he just embraces the fact that like quickly should be playing more minutes than Josh Hart, then we are just never going to go anywhere. And it's like that should not be like something that needs to be embraced. You know, like yes, quickly should be playing more minutes than Josh Hart. Why is Josh Hart averaging more minutes than Emmanuel quickly? Especially given the success those lineups have had.
Quick is gonna be a spur, man. It's gonna be a spur.
I'm
If we
not
continue to
complaining
play
though.
Wemby.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, well, of course you're not complaining. You freaking get to probably watch him like 20 times a year now
Hell yeah, we gonna
in
be turned
person.
up. Poor Vita, baby. Yeah. So
But Grimes, let's talk about Grimes. Grimes made those comments after the Bucks game. We reacted to them on stream. And you know, the lineup change was made. DiVincenzo started today. He had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 22 minutes. Grimes off the bench today, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Definitely looked more confident out there. The Knicks actually ran stuff for him. Incredible. But yeah, it was just good to see Grimes like get back on track. You know, he made his thoughts known. It's so funny, like after a Nick comments about not getting the ball or something, or like not being utilized properly, they come out and play a really good game after. So
unless you're Mitchell
hopefully.
Robinson. Unless you're Mitchell Robinson, you still don't get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch is not. I'm not demanding for Mitch post touches.
I am, damn it.
But yeah, it's
Make it
just good to. It's good to see Grimes play well. It's good to see him play with that bench unit. The bench unit definitely has more like it has
movement.
it has more movement, it has a better play style for him to just get acclimated to. And yeah, I mean, we all kind of expected him to play better with the second unit. Like we just thought like playing with someone like Quick a little bit more. With Hartenstein, people that look for them on cuts, people that are going to be looking for him. And it's easier to run plays for someone like him in those lineups rather than is Tibbs really going to run like pin downs for Grimes? We joked about it, but like, is he really going to do those type of plays while Brunson and Randall are on the court together? Like, that's not something that's going to happen. So we all suggested that like if Grimes wants to be utilized to a greater capacity, that it's going to have to come with the bench, and we saw that today.
We saw the JJ Redick footwork.
Yeah, and we also just saw him like do things off the bounce and stuff like that. We saw him take a tough layup off a fast break. Like, it's just good to see Grimes, do some things that we got accustomed to seeing him do the last couple years.
So you're telling me take him out the DeMar DeRozan trade proposal?
He should have never been in there to begin with. Why the hell are we doing DeMar DeRozan trade proposals?
I don't know, man. I've seen some wild shit the last week and a half.
Well, people do a lot of drugs out here in this world, so there's that.
People was legitimately like, yeah, let's go trade him for DeMar DeRozan, and like said it with their chest and meant it. Oh man, what an eclectic fan base we have.
Yes, that's definitely the word to use for this fan base. But yeah, it was good to see Grimes. Hopefully Grimes can use this, gain momentum, continue to play well. But yeah, we also got some injury concerns with this team. Brunson getting hurt essentially in garbage time, stepping on the ankle of, who was it? Peyton Pritchard or Derek White? Who was it? I don't know who it was.
One of them short white dudes they got. I don't know.
But yeah, Jalen Brunson gets hurt, turns his ankle. Didn't look really well, limping. Mitch had got hurt right before the half, I believe. Had to get an X-ray. Didn't play much in the second half. Um, so that's two of your top 5 guys going down in one game.
Jericho Sims
I was
is
just about to
licking
say
his
Jericho
chops.
Sims, Miles McBride, Evan Fournier. They might be looking at some minutes upcoming, man.
Oh, you said Evan Fournier. Oh my God, my chest.
You know it's coming,
Well,
man.
you better free Daquan Jeffries. Don't play with me. If I see Evan Fournier suit up, I'm actually about to turn off the TV.
I mean, like,
Can we just keep Evan Fournier home? Like, for real. Like, why haven't we just kept him home yet?
well,
Like, what use does he got, bro?
do we remember what happened the last time Knicks sent a guy home?
He ended up in AS Monaco?
No. Well, before that, before Kemba, Joakim Noah. When we sent Joakim Noah home, the league fined us or whatever for like intentionally tanking. Remember that?
Oh, if Andre Iguodala could get half a year paid vacation from the Grizzlies, like we can get Evan Fournier to go.
I don't know. So, the rules don't apply to us the same way as it does to the rest of the league. Somehow, some way.
Whatever, dog. Like I need.
But yeah, I mean it's concerning. I mean, we'll finally probably get some more Emmanuel Quickly minutes. Success to come this way. Now he's
we're gonna touch 32 Emmanuel Quickly minutes like nightly, and somehow
not even it's gonna be like 37, 38 because he's gonna be insane with the minutes. Because like Deuce McBride is gonna be the backup, and he's gonna be like, Deuce, here, get these like 5 charity minutes.
He's gonna be like, you better D up in these last 5 minutes. You got 6 fouls in 5 minutes. Make it work. Yeah, if Quickly starting, then like we're gonna do this whole thing where like Quickly is putting up 20 plus points per game regularly on like very efficient shooting, and people are still gonna go, well, I don't know if he's worth the money that he wants, and I don't know if his importance to this team is that important. And low key, OG Anunoby fixes so many issues for this team, yada yada blah blah blah. It's how we're gonna get back to. I'm not looking forward to those conversations again, but I feel like they're gonna happen. So
oh man. I will look forward to Emmanuel Quickly becoming a parlay respecter once again. But yeah.
He's a risky parlay respecter, but when he respects it, man, he respects it.
He does. But yeah, I mean, like we're finally gonna get the minutes that we want from him. It's gonna come at this like insane, come at the expense of this insane dibs minutes substitution patterns. But I won't complain.
You play the entire first quarter, and you play 5 minutes in the second, and then we pull y'all out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about more Emmanuel Quickly minutes. I'm just gonna complain about the way that we get them. But yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I'm assuming Sims and McBride most likely take those 2 spots if Robinson and Brunson aren't ready to go. I assume they're gonna be more cautious with Brunson too, just because like. I assume they're gonna be cautious with both of them, just because like it's early in the season. You don't want things to linger. You don't want these guys to like play on it, and then they get hurt again.
Next. So like they're playing Toronto next, so they should be okay.
Yeah. Depends on which version of Toronto we get.
Even with the Congolese hoops, I think they'll be okay.
Hey, let's check in some of these comments as we got them rolling in. Shout out to everyone that's in here, leaving comments. H22 says we did a good job on Tatum just to still get blown out.
Did we?
I mean, let me see. Jason Tatum. I mean, he didn't start off the game that well, I would say. I mean, he got a lot of his points in like he got a lot of his points when they were up already. Like he did that thing where, he got his numbers after the Derek Whites and the Porzingises got their numbers. And to all the Celtics fans that like tried to like, get corny in my mentions after I called the Celtics a mentally weak team. Like we literally see our team collapse on like a regular basis. Like I don't care, regular season playoffs, whatever y'all want to say. But man, it was funny as hell seeing the Pacers run y'all off the court. I do not care about like what the Knicks fans feel about Tyrese Halliburton and all that shit. Like I'm not here for that. I'm here to make fun of the Celtics when they get clowned on. So it was funny as hell
We gonna see y'all in
seeing
May.
the
Y'all gonna see y'all in
Pacers run y'all off that court. It was funny as hell seeing the Magic do what they did to y'all a couple of weeks ago. Like, I enjoy seeing the Celtics collapses. So like all those fans that tried to get smart in my mentions, like I will see y'all in May when Drew Holiday has a full diaper. Okay, come back to me then. All right, all right. I know the ceiling of my team. Y'all got to be realistic with yourselves with Drew Holiday over there. Freaking Javon Carter with dreads clone. Get out my face.
We gonna see Jaylen Brown dribble. Don't worry. I'm gonna have to last laugh when Jaylen Brown is dribbling. You got the GDP of two nations on that man's right and left hands.
Cause like we honestly, the Knicks had it primed to like they had like momentum like in their favor once Jaylen Brown started like losing his shit
and then
like,
he got a tech, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm losing this game." I was like,
bro, like versus like if Jalen Brunson has it going, or like even Julius Randle has it going, that is a game where the Knicks start to go on a run and they take advantage of that. Or like last year's Knicks team goes on a run and takes advantage of that.
Last year's Knicks team beat the fuck out of the Celtics.
Like, exactly.
Yep.
And they take advantage of that unraveling right there. Like, and I think some other teams in this league take advantage of that. Like, that is just like, you know, that is a moment where things shift. Like, they got the tech, then he got the other tech, he got ejected.
The Hartenstein came through and got fouled.
Exactly. Like, it was perfectly set up for the Knicks to like go on a run from there. And if things just break their way a couple times, then
if Horford doesn't make that three to end the third quarter, I feel like the Knicks probably had more momentum going. But like that kind of just quelled the run, and it went from like 11, and you're like, oh, we had a chance to 14. You're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, that killed any chance that we had at making a comeback. But you know, it was there. So shout out to the Knicks for almost another fake comeback. Chris Bernhardt, he says, "Man, I don't know when the conversation happens again, but we might be having it might be time to promote Thibs to special advisor."
Oh jeez, he's getting extended. Don't even waste your breath, bro. Like, don't even waste your breath to this shit, though. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a top 6 seed. They're going to have 1, maybe 2 All-Stars. Like, why are y'all even trying to convince yourselves this is going to happen? Like, they lost to the 2 best teams in the East, and otherwise they've been a very good team. They haven't lost to a team below 500. They've been a top 10. They've been a top 5 defense and a top 10 offense, and now they're probably going to be like a top 8 defense and like a top 12 offense. They're still going to be a top 10 team. Like, they've had 2 bad games defensively, not offensively. They've had 2 bad games defensively. Like, it's not going. It's December. It's December. Gaucho.
No.
Like, damn. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, I understand. Yes, the defense isn't where it needs to be against the top teams, but also like, they're still a good team. I kind of feel like people are doing this thing now. It's like, oh, the Knicks suck, yada yada, blah blah blah, and it's like y'all letting that whole Charles Barkley, shit get in y'all heads. It's like, it's okay. They're okay. They'll be just fine. Relax.
Will they though? No, let me stop.
I want to say like, don't you start, bro.
I don't have the energy to be negative about this team as much as like I want to joke around being, but
like, it could be a lot worse. Your top 10 defense.
Hey man, look at my headline right here under my name.
At least we're not. That's for real. Like, no, some people want us to be the Pistons. Some people would much rather us tank in oblivion and somehow, some way, like, get a superstar in the draft, because that's what people want. And it's like, why do you hate being a good team? Like, the fact that Zach Lowe got to be the voice of reason is embarrassing. Like, Jesus Christ. For a lot of people who be like Steven A. Smith don't speak for Knicks fans, he sounds like a lot of Knicks fans. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, people should have seen my tweet. No one saw my tweet about how the Knicks got better and the fans got dumber.
They did. They did.
When we have the comment about firing Thomas, I'm here and we lose to top teams because we refuse to make adjustments or even sub guys in when getting smoked. Yeah, that is the one thing. Like third quarters, man. Third quarters, it is the most obvious and most pertinent thing ever. Like we will go 7 minutes just getting absolutely railed by teams, like absolutely drilled by teams, and no one comes in. And then the first sub that Tibbs want to makes, Josh fucking Hart. Like, thanks so much. Like, that's the offense we need while we're getting smoked 13 zip by one team in a quarter. But yeah, that is something that definitely needs to change. Versus the bad teams, it is like so not obvious. Like, you can't even tell it happens. But like, when we play these when we play these good teams, man, ooh, that shit is way too obvious.
I like. And again, last year they found their stride like really in February after the Josh Hart trade. So like, they're still like they just made a rotation change. Like, damn, it's not that deep, bro.
What? I'm thirsty.
You out here slobbering on yourself, son. Keep it in your mouth. Like, come on.
All right. Can't even enjoy some refreshing water on stream now.
I ain't saying you can't enjoy it, bro. It was out here. You was letting it fly. That's wild.
All right. Can't even.
He's so in love. He can't even swallow like. Bro.
Oh come my god, yo.
Oh. I need someone to clip that. But yeah, like, look, I'm not saying Tom is perfect. Me of all people is not saying Tom Thibodeau is perfect. Maybe instead of needing to start, we just need to hire an innovative coach to actually maximize the roster. Maximizing the roster is not going to be a coaching thing. It is going to be a coaching thing. Maximizing the roster is a personnel thing. I'm not having that conversation tonight. You've seen my tweets. You know how I stand on the opinion. If you want to maximize the roster, there's one guy who's got to go, and his ethnicity is Canadian.
Not the night to.
I said we're not doing it tonight, but you've seen
not the night to do that. But yeah, I mean, like the things about like IQ getting 25 minutes tonight, his substitution patterns during certain games, when I've been saying it all night, like, you know, when we're getting smoked by teams, like the way he subs guys in and out, like it just doesn't work against the best teams, and like you're capped when your coach does things like that. I think the personnel is fine if, like, especially if guys, like if he plays the guys that really have it going, and like, you know, it's just so annoying because like you watch other teams and like you see guys have multiple shifts in quarters and stuff like that, and then you see our guys, it's like see the same guys on the court for like 10 minutes straight no matter what, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, like 5 of our 9 losses against the Bucks and Celtics. I need to see them against the other good teams before I get concerned. Yeah, like the fact, like 56.
Who are the other good teams though? I mean, like Philly, Joel Embiid's.
We haven't played Philly. We don't play Philly until next year. Like, it's so like the other good teams, the Magic. I mean, they've already beat the Heat. They beat the Cavs. I mean, you want to go to the West? Like, okay, they barely lost to the Suns. They lost the Pelicans to the back-to-back. They beat the Clippers. Like, a lot of the quote-unquote good teams, they haven't played yet. Like, yeah, they lost to the Celtics and the Bucks. Those are the top 2 teams in the East. If they could beat like the other teams around their level and like make it competitive against the Celtics and the Bucks, then like is anybody really going to be like, oh my god, the sky is falling? You know,
man. Like, some of these games though, they're going to be. Oof. I mean, it depends on which version of the Knicks we get, but like Orlando's really good defensively. Um, Indiana, that offense, man, the way that we've been playing against the Celtics and the Bucks, that's gonna end up being another one of these like 130 to 120 games. And if we can't stop nobody, Aaron Neesmith hitting corner threes.
If Aaron Neesmith is out here wetting us up, then we're not doing a post.
You know it's happening, man. You know
Nah,
it's
it
happening.
could be Jalen Smith, and I would be vexed.
You know exactly you know exactly who it's gonna be, and you're gonna be even more pissed.
Oh, please, nah, he ain't doing nothing. I ain't
Uh,
scared. I ain't. Obi Toppin having the game. You funny.
you laughing, but like you're gonna be the one person missing from the panel on that night for the post game stream.
If Obi Toppin have a game, I'll buy a jersey. Okay, give me the line. Give me the line. Give me the line. Like when the Knicks play for the Obi, I think the first time we play the Pacers, yeah, December 30th on a back-to-back. Oh God.
Sure. Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Give me the line.
Opportunity.
Give me the line. Okay, let's say the line is over 15.5.
The way the Pacers offense is, man.
Okay, first of all, let me see if an Obi Toppin Pacers jersey exists. I'll actually buy this. I'm not even kidding.
Of course it does. They're Indiana, and he's a starter.
Okay, it actually does exist. Okay.
Yeah, they're in Indiana, and he's a starter. Of course, he has got a jersey.
All right, Obi Toppin. Oh no, he actually has some stuff. I'll get a city jersey, Obi Toppin jersey, if he has over 15 points when the Knicks play the Pacers on the 30th. You can clip it, you can save it. I'll actually buy it, and I'll show proof of me wearing it on stream.
All right, you got that, folks. You heard that here first.
That's how confident I am, and he's a bum.
All right.
I'm a hater first, and fiscally responsible second.
But yeah, teams like the Pacers are going to be. They're another team, high octane offense. You know, they're going to hit a bunch of threes. Buddy, it's going to be between Buddy, Miles. Oh, Miles is another one of those centers that likes to space the floor. Those centers been giving us trouble between Brook Lopez and a lot of similarities between these teams, man. It's going to be so annoying playing these type of teams.
Yep.
Teams that shoot a lot of threes with the big man that's spacing the floor.
What happened to my NBA, man? We used to have centers to stay to the paint.
Not anymore.
That's a whack ass shit. People
do we think Mitch not playing in the second half was more due to like Kristaps Porzingis just like wetting his eyes up, or like?
I mean, he was injured and Hardenstein was playing well. I wouldn't be surprised. How much did Hardenstein play tonight? I think he played the entire second half.
If he didn't play the entire second half, he at least played the entire fourth quarter.
He played 19 minutes in the second half. He definitely played the entire fourth quarter. And then in the third quarter, he played 7 minutes. So yeah, he basically had a 19-minute shift straight.
Like,
which is stop.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is not sustainable hoops, bro.
Okay, so Tip said Mitch not playing the fourth was precautionary. Okay, that's fine, but like you tell me Jericho Sims can't get 3 minutes.
Like to just like spell him, like, come on.
Like, come on, man. Like, I get it, they were rolling, but like I trust Jericho Sims on an island. I don't think that's a hot take to be like, yeah, Jericho Sims can play defense for 3 minutes and rebound adequately enough against Al Horford.
Not from Huda says it feels like the last two games the opposition has decided to push the pace and get into a shootout because our transition defense has been weak the entire Thibs regime. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, transition defense is definitely not our strongest suit at all. Like, guys never know who they're supposed to get. Someone's always open. And like teams that like to push the pace. And I mean, I was watching the Pacers game versus who was it, the Bucks? And like off a miss, they scored like a fast break dunk. Like, bruh, The Knicks, they're going to be terrible versus that. Like, because guys are going to be pointing at each other. Stuff like that. These top teams, they like all of them in the East. They like to play at this like high pace, and like except for like maybe Philly. Philly doesn't play like a high pace.
Philly, the Magic, I'm pretty sure don't play at a high
Philly
pace.
and the Magic are like the two other top teams in the East that don't play at a high
I don't know if the
pace.
Cavs play at a high pace either.
I don't know. I've been paying attention to them lately. Rightfully so. The Cavs haven't been doing anything all that special.
Oh, they beat the Heat today, so
They did. Wow. Okay. With no Evan Mobley. That's interesting. And Darius Garland in foul trouble. He had like 4 fouls in 5 minutes.
George. Oh, okay. I'm like trying to figure out how they won this game, and I was like, oh, their bench actually had like a good game. And Jimmy Butler decided to not be serious because he's not playing the Knicks. That makes sense. Oh, Duncan Robinson. Ew. 1.6 turnovers.
Well, Clyde Frazier, Celtics are just a different tier, but lots of Knicks failures will never let this game be confused with a moral victory. Knicks lost on D when center spaced the floor.
Yeah, I don't like. It's been 4 years and the Knicks haven't figured out stretch fives. Like, I feel like at this point the matchup is clearly just like let Randall guard Porzingis and put Mitch on. I mean, do you want Randall on Porzingis or Randall on Tatum? I would probably do Randall on Porzingis because I trust Mitch on Tatum. I think Mitch can handle Tatum fine. Like, I don't think that's something where it's like, oh, he can't do it. Like, and Mitch wasn't not a problem. Well, aside from like Porzingis, Mitch's defense was fine. Like, he was able to muck up stuff in the passing lanes, doing what he normally does and everything. Like, it was just the fact that he got extended out to the perimeter, and Porzingis is able to take shots from like 28 feet out. So it's kind of hard for Mitch to recover and still like play stuff as a defender. And then it harms like the Knicks' strong suit of rebounding. So like I would have Julius do more stuff on the perimeter because Julius as a perimeter defender has the capability to be very good there. And we saw it in the We Hear year, but again, that's 3 years ago. So it's kind of hard to use as like an example, but like, he could do it. So that's what I would do. But I haven't watched the film 3 times yet.
Nafik Mahuda, Celtics really didn't kill us from 3 as a team, but they shot over 60% on 2-point field goals. Too many easy buckets on paint collapses.
And that's because Mitch is guarding the paint.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play against a team with like a stretch 5.
Which is why it's like I would rather have Mitch guarding Tatum because that means he gets to guard he gets closer to the paint compared to guarding Porzingis.
Yeah, it doesn't help when Mitch is out there guarding the stretch 5s because, like, again, this game sort of felt like he was invisible. I mean, I know he got hurt, but like this game, the Bucks game, these games, they both feel like, games where Mitch is not, like, his presence is not felt as much as it like needs to, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Wow, Rudy Gobert propaganda on the timeline. We are in the dark ages.
Let's see. Chris Rivera says Thomas did this against Miami too, but we just came back in that game. IQ brought us back, and Brunson won it for us. Yeah, Brunson, I don't know what happened. The 3-point shooting, it was fake, everyone. It was fake all along.
He fooled us. He tricked us.
Man, this man has like fooled me out of money 2 games in a row. Like, what's going on, Jalen Brunson?
Well, you don't even care about the damn team. You just care about your parlays. That's crazy.
Bro, at a certain point, you accept the loss and you're like, all right, got to focus on the stats now. Guys, get your numbers. Like, that is my focus watching these games now. Like,
so
I accepted the loss with like 3 minutes to go. I was like, all right, we lost. Like, once the Knicks called that timeout, we was down 11, 3 minutes to go. I was like, all right, guys, get your numbers now. Like, I don't care. I don't care if we win or not. I know we lost.
He's like, I got the same
Brunson,
game
get
parlay. I got the
numbers.
booster on it.
And like Brunson over here missing threes, missing free throws. Like, what's going on? This is not the Jalen Brunson.
He not serious about it no more, man.
No, he's not. He's very unserious. Huda says Grimes is making him pay for those G League comments a couple nights ago. Definitely.
Yeah, you was wild about that one, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dog. Like, G League him is a wild take.
But hey, man, he came out tonight. He showed, you know what? I'm better than the G League, at least for tonight.
Exactly. He gonna make a TikTok soon.
Shout out to him, man. It was good to see him, dribbling around, not feeling like super rushed, super, not confident. But we're just hoping that he continues this going into the next game. We play who next?
We play the Raptors.
Fun. Those games are always fun. Oh, yay. It's not prison ball anymore, but
not to mention that's the first time he's hit 3 threes since the opening game. Oh, no, sorry, since Milwaukee. Wait, no, never mind. Since Atlanta. I mean,
certain matchups, like, they're like really good for they're really good for guards to get their game off. There's a lot of bad teams defensively, at least versus guards. So Grimes should be able to like really get himself into a rhythm versus a lot of these teams.
Yeah. And again, if all else fails, DeMar DeRozan is right there.
All right. This is an awful.
Let's see how DeMar played today. Let's see.
Shitty, probably.
7-24, people. 7-24. When you can trade for DeMar DeRozan's 7-24 and 6-10 from the free throw line, you just gotta do it, don't you?
So fucking garbage.
Don't you want RJ Barrett playing the 2? Isn't that something that like makes a lot of sense to you?
Bro, anybody that wants DeMar DeRozan on this team needs to donate their brain to science.
He's shooting 37% from 3, dog. Trust me.
I'm like, what, 0.5 attempts per game? Like,
2.6, dog. He's a sniper. He's a sniper. Even though like he's having the worst year of his career since like his 3rd year in the league, but he's a sniper. Trust me.
Chris Bernard says, hey, man, we should listen to Kenny Smith because Jalen Brunson will never be the best player on the floor against Donovan Mitchell, Hallie, and Paolo. We're cooked.
We're still doing this Donovan Mitchell shit, which is nuts to me.
It's hilarious. Like, it's like Kenny Smith has amnesia from the
Jalen
last
Brunson
2 years of playoff basketball. Jalen Brunson versus Donovan Mitchell.
Jalen Brunson got Donovan Mitchell up on his windshield hanging. And somehow, some way, we're still like, oh, Donovan Mitchell's going to be the best player in the series, dog. Can Donovan Mitchell play well against Jalen Brunson in the playoff series before we even talk about how he's the best player? He was worse than RJ Barrett in a playoff series.
Hey, man, RJ was pretty good in that series.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like he was a worse player.
Donovan Mitchell was really, really shitty in that series. It's remarkable, actually.
I think Donovan Mitchell probably gets the most gas of any star in the league right now because like they're still acting like they treat him like he's Omar, bro. They're treating him like he's Omar, and it's not that deep. Like he's had 2 good playoff series, 2 good playoff runs, and one of them was in the bubble. Aside from that, like he had that one in 21-22 when the Jazz were the number 1 seed, and full credit to him, they still lost that in 6 when Kawhi went down. Like even worse, Kawhi went down, they still lost that in 6. And otherwise, like his playoff runs have been mediocre at best and downright horrible at worst. So if you have convinced yourself, I think a lot of people convince themselves that the Knicks want Donovan Mitchell, and it's like maybe they do, but the team has changed so much in the last 2 years that like I don't really think that they care too much about him.
They
It kind of
should.
feels like they have established the fact that like Donovan Mitchell is going to take this team to the finals, and we've already seen that like this team can make the second round of the playoffs comfortably. So I don't know. I guess we could just talk about like the star conversation in general, because I feel like what people need to realize is that most of the time when you are trying to make a trade of that caliber, you're doing it for like a top 10 talent. And if you're not doing it for a top 10 talent, you have a top 10 talent on your roster. Like, look at all the big star trades that have happened like I want to say last 5 years. I think the AD trade is really what kind of like established the current star market. Like, because that was just a weird circumstance where it's like LeBron's older and they missed the playoffs, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But like, AD, like, yeah, they want to chip off of him. Good. Like, the Paul George and Kawhi trade, like, disaster for the Los Angeles Clippers. And like, they're going to burn money trying to make it work. It's not going to work. They traded Shea. Shea is literally, right now, probably a top 10-ish player. He's better than Kawhi and Paul George right now. And they got picks with Shea. And then it's like, what? The Drew Holiday trade worked out because they already had Giannis, who was the best player in the league at that time. Like, a lot of these star trades don't work out, and the teams that make the star trades feels like robbed afterwards. Like, look at the teams that traded for James Harden, bro. The Nets traded for James Harden. They had to blow it up 2 years later. The Sixers traded for James Harden. They at least made out of it well. But the only reason why they made out of it well is because Tyrese Maxey somehow, some way became an all-star. Like, they got lucky. And again, sometimes you get lucky, in team building. But like, a lot of these star trades don't work. So when you're talking about trading for Brandon Ingram or trading for like these Karl Anthony Towns, like, do you think Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the reason why this team wins a chip?
Hell no.
Like, no. So like, what are you doing? Why do you want to make a trade for the sake of making a trade? Like, do you think Zach LaVine is walking through that door and taking us to the promised land? Zach LaVine can't even take the Bulls to the promised land, but somehow he's going to make it work with the Knicks. It's just, and then like my favorite is the Zion one, and it's like, you want Zion,
bruh. No, we're not bringing the obese porn addict over here into New York City. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
We are not bringing 400 pounds.
Did y'all see that man huffing and puffing in Vegas 5 minutes into the game? That is not right, man. I don't know what happened.
Yes, like, can the Knicks make a trade? Yes. Do they have to make a trade at some point, given the assets they have? Absolutely. But like, I think people need to slow down on like what makes this team a contender. And it's like, if they aren't going to make a move that makes them a contender, they shouldn't give up the draws for it. Especially because Brunson is on this team. So what the hell are you going to do with Brunson, Randall, and Donovan Mitchell? You're not doing shit with that. Who the fuck's playing defense?
A lot of offense. Hey, man. A lot of teams are going all offense.
Yeah, those teams don't win shit.
Those teams look pretty fun right now, I'll tell you that.
They're fun, but they don't win shit.
Them teams is parlay respecters, too. I need the Knicks to be parlay respecters. These niggas is burning my money.
We are never going to be parlay respecters, and I need you to just embrace that.
Nah.
Again, Tyrese Halliburton is a pseudo-wudo bum, but he's a parlay respecter now.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's a parlay respecter. He first team right now, damn it.
Shit.
He first team.
25 and 14 assists. It's like automatic these days.
Whoo! He don't play about our money, dog.
No, he does not. I need the Knicks to get serious. I need the Knicks to get serious like that, man. Jalen Brunson, what happened? You used to be that guy. What happened?
Jalen Brunson.
Now you're missing free throws.
He stopped caring about our money.
Man.
George Bush don't care about black people. Jalen Brunson don't care about our parlay. No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing. Jalen Brunson sees this. I'm playing.
Hawkeye 420 says Schwinn's been right. Need to break up the Thomas Randall duo. One or the other.
Thomas. No, it's Thomas.
Neither of them are going. I hope everyone's ready to accept that.
Neither of them are going though. So like,
we're stuck.
Current and Evans probably bar put the Knicks empty the clip for. Yeah, like I can understand emptying the clip for Ant Edwards because it's like, okay, he's young enough and good enough to where like you can at least project yourself to be like, oh, I can build around this dude. But even still, like Brunson is better than him right now. Brunson is better than him. I don't think that's a hot take to say Brunson is better than Anthony Edwards right now. And Anthony Edwards is the subject of a lot of gas. So
I think Anthony Edwards probably two-way capability would put him over Brunson in most people's eyes.
Yes, I could agree with his two-way capabilities, but also like he hasn't done enough offensively for me.
He's not consistent enough offensively, I would say. But defensively he is. He does have the chops, I will say that.
Yes, the defense is real. I'll give him that. Yeah, like you're thinking about like, currently Anthony Edwards is like the caliber player we're thinking about.
Christopher Vieira says, I think it's key to highlight that it wasn't just Grimes starting that turned last season around. It was IQ getting a bigger role as the main reserve. IQ needs more minutes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, IQ, he started to get more minutes too once Brunson got hurt. And then like it was like Brunson got hurt, then like RJ got hurt. It was like there was consistent injuries in the backcourt that like kind of forced IQ to get more minutes. And then when those guys came back, he still ended up getting more minutes. But yeah, I mean, him getting more minutes is definitely going to be a reason why our season turns around. Hopefully, if we can get him more minutes, but he keeps getting this standard 25 and it comes in the most fake way possible. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
JL. So I see the comment here. JL says 5 or 9 losses against the Bucks and the Celtics. I need to see them against the other good teams before I get concerned. I mean, a lot of the other good teams, they
haven't played yet. Like they don't play the Sixers until next year. They don't play the Magic for a bit. Like they will play the good teams at some point. So just wait on it, and then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, we played Minnesota. They were another good team.
Yeah, they played Minnesota. Yeah, we played Minnesota. We played the Suns. And then our other two losses were the Pelicans and the back-to-back and the Cavs.
So we haven't played the Nuggets yet. That's going to be interesting.
We frying them.
Haven't played OKC yet.
Shea not built for it.
Their young big three intrigues me of him, Chet, and...
Nasty Man?
And no, hell no. Hell no. What the hell? Nah, Jalen Williams.
All right, just making sure.
Hell no. Josh Giddey's ass.
Anyway, they beat the Warriors again. So
yeah, and J-Dub had like what? Almost another 30 piece? Like
yeah, Shea had 38.
They be cooking the Warriors.
See,
like these teams that are able to just drop like 130 on the dime, bro. I hate those type of teams. Like, why are y'all so good offensively?
It's literally because they don't miss free throws. That's it. Like they don't miss free throws.
And what is one thing we absolutely suck balls at?
Like, bro,
free throws.
They scored 138 points and they made 5 threes total.
Bro, see, like, and the Knicks are a team, they'll get a bunch of free throws. You just break the shit out of them.
Yep. I mean, we didn't do it today, though. We were actually solid with free throws today.
Except for Jalen Brunson.
He only missed 2.
Fucking Burger, you're supposed to make all of them.
True.
Someone like Jalen Brunson's supposed to make all of them. I don't care. If the standard's too high for Jalen Brunson to make all of them, there's a problem.
You know who made all of his free throws? Emmanuel Quickly.
Bro, that's automatic from him.
90% of the year, we coming.
Bro, like, come on. Like, these teams that are dropping 130 on the dime, like, yeah, I mean, the Knicks, they dropped like 120 versus like the Celtics and the Bucks, but
We
like,
could drop 120 on the dime. That extra 10 is our problem.
well, yeah, I mean, because we don't take enough threes to get the extra 10, and we don't hit enough free throws to hit the extra 10.
Yeah, like that's the thing. The Knicks could get to 120, but sometimes they need to get to 130, and that's been their issue.
Yeah, like you can't get into these shootouts, and a lot of teams they like to get teams into shootouts because they know, like, first of all, transition defense is bad across the league, but with the Knicks especially, it's a problem. So like, if you want to like really exploit that, just push the pace a bunch, and you'll get whatever you want, and that's what you see with these teams when they play the Knicks.
Yeah, like, legitimately, like when the Knicks are winning, like they could win ugly and they could win like a normal offensive game, but like getting past that 120 mark is difficult for this team. And it's like getting past that 120 mark is going to be them taking more threes and hitting more free throws, and that's going to be hard for this current roster construction to do without sacrificing their defense as well.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Let's see. JL is trying to be more optimistic. We appreciate that here, as this is typically a negative area. He says we were letting Jeremy Grant and Tim Hardaway Jr. take over the Garden around this time last year, but the sky is falling because we lost to the two best teams in the East.
I had Tim Hardaway Jr. talking about this is a shooting gym. Like it could be so much worse.
Yeah, but I mean, we also got to look at it from the perspective of, yeah, it could be worse, but we are beyond that point because we have such high expectations for this team that, you know, losing to the top teams in this fashion, I would say, is what has been frustrating. Like losing in shootouts is very annoying. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like again, like it's too early for me to be like, oh, this is horrible. And it's like, dog, we are 21 games in.
Okay, for 20.
KCP
has had 2 assists, 10 games in a row, has 0 right now. He's gonna sell my parlay. Sam, we don't want to hear about yours when you win 5K every other night.
No, for real. Like you are the last person to talk about, oh my parlay. Oh my parlay. You went shopping yesterday, dog.
That was on Wednesday.
How much you spent?
I'm not saying that on stream.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that number on stream.
Exactly.
I'm good.
You tell me to stop holding up digits.
Anyways, let's keep talking about basketball. JL says Donovan Mitchell doesn't have a good playoff series with a full capacity NBA crowd since his rookie year. Oof.
Preach on it. Ooh.
Ouch.
The thing is, like, his rookie year playoff series wasn't even that good. He was shooting like shit that series.
I think it's because, like, what you call it? Well, that was the year that he took out the OKC Big Three. Yeah. I mean, I think there was just a lot of hype of that series of like, hey, he's a rookie, he's doing this, he's, you know, he just eliminated Russell Westbrook and Paul George in their prime. Like, oh my goodness, like it was a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, he really doesn't. I mean, I don't think he has a memorable series since. I mean, he did have the bubble series.
The bubble. Like he had the bubble, and then the year after that, where he was like really good in the playoffs, but like he had the bubble, and that's it.
Well, you know, yeah. JL says he also says I do find the section of fans that overreact to standings in December hilarious. Like we are 2.5 games back of the 2 seed. Could be a lot worse. Yeah, I mean December is. I mean it's hard because like, you know, it is the early part of the season, but you're also like, man, I really wish my team was like doing this well. Or certain fans have like different expectations for what the team would look like at this point in the year. But yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that will overreact to standings in December. Maybe like February, I'll start to get concerned if like we're still like middle of the pack or something like that. As long as we're not in the play-in, I'm pretty okay with where the Knicks land because I feel like they'll be able to handle their matchup most likely. Depends on if we get one of those teams that like likes to drop 130 unconsciously. But yeah, I mean, I'm still pretty confident in with where the Knicks land. But yeah, I'm not gonna overreact right now. But yeah, it's just different people. He says playing Randall would be a moment, not a good one, but a moment.
God damn.
I don't know. In season tournament, Randall was or at least in season tournament semifinal, or not semifinal, quarterfinal. Randall was a moment.
They lost by 20, but it was a moment.
It was a moment. So I don't know what playing Randall would be. Would it be a mixture? Would it be in between of the in season and actual playoffs? Like it's a one game winner go home.
That's
possibly in front of the MSG crowd.
Oh my god. Oh, I mean they would probably have 2 chances, but like, damn. Oh my bro, it might get wicked. They might start throwing shit on the court. They about to use some Jim Crow slang. I don't know about that, dog.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's gonna be like.
Yeah, let's avoid the play-in now that I think about it.
That's doing it in front of the hose times 10. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's avoid the play-in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think we need. Can we show that to children? He might have 10 turnovers at halftime, bro. It might be wicked.
Dog gonna have a triple-double with turnovers.
Oh my god. Why would you even bring that up, JL? That's sick. You don't care about this fan base.
JL wants to see the world burn. That's it.
Apparently so. You try to see MSG down in flames. They ain't gonna treat that shit like Black Wall Street. You ain't gonna be able to build it back up. Like, okay.
But yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we know how the Knicks fans are, like, you know, and like it's hard to like even make sense of the standings because like everything is like still pretty bunched up in the beginning of the year, like, you know, all like the teams within like the top 6 are like within a game or 2 of each other, so like, you know. Really can't make sense. Really can't make sense of things until like late January, early February. Like that's when teams really start to like separate themselves. Anyways, hopefully the Knicks are one of those teams that's able to, you know, push themselves ahead. But yeah, let's talk about the next game. We played Toronto. Last time we played Toronto was on
last week Friday, wasn't it?
December 1st, and we beat them 119 to 106. That was a game in which Randall almost had a triple-double. Hart had 17 and 8 off the bench. DiVincenzo had 21. It was a really good bench game. And it was also a really good Randall game. It was a pretty okay Brunson game. But yeah, it was just a really solid performance from the Knicks. They had 6 guys in double figures. Toronto isn't really that good of a team. They lost to the Hornets today. Is it at MSG?
Yeah, it's at MSG.
When is that? On Saturday? On not Sunday. That's on Monday. Oh, a Monday night game. I feel like a lot of like the BS scoring nights in the Garden happened on a Monday night last year. Like I just have that feeling in me. Like if
Pascal got another 52 in him.
I feel like he got 52 last time, and it was a Monday last year. Like I feel like that in my spirit, that's what it was. Knicks versus Raptors. I'm checking right now too.
Box score. December 21st, 2022. Is that a Monday? I can pull it up calendar. No, that shit was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday. All right. I don't know why, but like I just have this like bad feeling about Mondays. I don't know, it's because like I'm coming back into work after the weekend and like I'm just like already like not in the best mood. But yeah, Mondays, I don't know. I don't like that for a game versus like someone like Pascal Siakam who can definitely scream his way to like 10 free throws. Because he knows what he's gonna do. He's gonna drive to the rim, flail his arms and sprint and get 10 free throws automatically. Like,
hey, try some Africa products. Hey. Oh man.
And that was the game they snapped our winning streak. Ugh.
But
yeah, we should be able to handle business versus the Raptors. If we lose to the Raptors and like if the Raptors put up like 120 on us, that's when the Knicks really have to look into the look in the mirror and like really evaluate themselves. Like if fans want to panic, then I'll respect it a little bit. Because you know it's the Raptors and they shouldn't be beating us.
Yep.
Warcliffe Frazier says I'd hate to hear Robert Randolph's Monday Night Knicks song.
Ew.
It wouldn't even like
MSG.
it wouldn't even flow. It wouldn't even flow the right way. Like,
hey, I gotta get there. And
like no one's hype about Monday nights.
For real. Like, yeah, like who want a Monday night? Like, yo, it's Monday night. Hey, you know what you know what time it is? Like, no, like, bro, like Friday.
Friday's the end of the work week, you know.
And you can't get all hype and you're gonna go out to work the next morning. Like, who that excited?
Yeah. All right, I think this is where we're gonna end things. You know. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us through another Knicks L. Hopefully Knicks get back on track on Monday versus the Raptors. What you call it? Make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. We got links to the site, merch, Patreon, and Twitter. Make sure you guys are following us on Twitter. Make sure you guys check out Patreon. Make sure you guys check out the site. We definitely got new stuff almost every day on there. And yeah, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. We're on our way to 1K subs, so all that you do definitely helps us out. And we will catch you guys on Monday. Everyone enjoy your weekend. Maybe enjoy watching the in-season tournament final game. Therese, any thoughts on who you think's gonna win?
LeBron is not about to play with that 500K. They're gonna win.
I wonder why he's so motivated for his 500K. Like, does he have like secret debts we don't know about? Like,
yes. You think LeBron will be putting in parlays? LeBron feels like a parlayer.
Probably does.
Like
he's always giving out his picks on Instagram Live.
Like LeBron legitimately is the brokest billionaire I've ever seen in my life. Like he was taking charges at 30.
He was taking charges. I didn't watch that game. I went to sleep at like 8:30 that night.
He clamped up like it was legitimately game. Like he clamped up like it was game 6. Like it was nuts,
bruh.
He had
he owes somebody some money because like
the IRS is breathing down his neck.
That's insane.
He's moving like he's in Taken, bro. Like he was going crazy. Yeah, they're gonna win that game though.
Should be a fun one though.
In season tournament MVP. It's all scripted.
Yeah, of course he would get the first one.
They're gonna put that badge on his fucking basketball reference page. Season tournament champion.
Of course he would get the first one. Of course he would. Why didn't I see that coming? Why did I even bet that? Like, how did I not see the most obvious thing ever? All right, but yeah, that game is tomorrow night. Everyone enjoy watching that if you will. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will catch you guys on Monday to catch the Raptors game. Hopefully the Knicks win that one. Peace.